The distant hum of engines filled the bustling docking bay as the alien warship drifted slowly toward the human space station. Its hull was scarred and battered, a testament to recent conflict in the outer sectors. For decades, ships of the Intergalactic Coalition had avoided human repair bays, citing their unfamiliar technology and cultural differences. Yet today, this heavily damaged vessel had no choice but to trust the humans. Captain Varkol stood rigidly. On the bridge, eyes narrowed as he observed the sprawling structure of the station through reinforced glass. His species, the Threxians, had long been proud of their self-reliance and military prowess. Asking for help, especially from humans, was almost unheard of. But the alternative, drifting powerless in hostile space, left him little choice. "Why this station, Captain?" his first officer asked quietly, breaking the heavy silence. Varkol's gaze didn't waver. "Because human repair bays have a reputation. Some say they fix what no one else can." The first officer raised an eyebrow, skepticism clear in his tone. "It sounds like superstition." "Perhaps. But superstition is often born from truth." As the warship settled into a docking cradle, technicians hurried across the station, preparing to assess the damage. Inside the bustling repair bay, Commander Elena adjusted her work goggles and scanned incoming data feeds. Her station was the largest human repair hub in the sector, a marvel of innovation and efficiency. Elena had earned her reputation through relentless dedication and a knack for solving problems no one else could. Yet even she was surprised when the request for docking came through. A heavily damaged Threxian warship requesting immediate repairs was unheard of. Her jaw tightened. Alien ships are always a challenge. Their designs are so different. But if they trust us, we won't disappoint. The crew prepared for the alien vessel's arrival with a mix of curiosity and wariness. The Threxians were formidable opponents in past conflicts, and many on the station still held lingering distrust. But there was no denying the opportunity to prove the human repair bay's value. When the massive airlock hissed open, Elena led her team to the alien ship. The interior was stark and unfamiliar, sleek lines of unknown metals, glowing control panels in colors she couldn't decipher. The Threxian crew watched silently, their eyes sharp with suspicion. Varkol stepped forward, his presence commanding. "Attention." "Commander Elena," he said, voice firm but respectful. "My ship is severely damaged. We request your expertise." Elena met his gaze evenly. "We'll do everything we can, Captain." The repair bay bustled with activity. Human engineers moved with practiced efficiency, scanning systems, analyzing damage, and coordinating repairs. The alien crew observed closely, some visibly impressed by the speed and precision of the human team. Yet, cultural friction was inevitable. Varkol found himself frustrated by the humans' improvisational style, using tools and methods that seemed chaotic compared to the rigid protocols of the Threxians. Elena, in turn, was impatient with the alien insistence on hierarchy and protocol. One afternoon, as the two leaders inspected a damaged power conduit, their differences boiled over. "Your methods are reckless," Varkol snapped. "You risk further damage." Elena raised an eyebrow. "Sometimes flexibility is the key to solving problems no fixed protocol can address." The tension between them was palpable, but so was a mutual respect that neither could ignore. Both understood that survival depended on cooperation. Meanwhile, rumors spread across the station. "Have you heard? The humans are fixing that warship faster than anyone thought possible," one technician whispered. "Some say their repair bays are almost magical." Elena ignored the gossip. For her, it was about skill, hard work, and a refusal to accept limitations. Days passed, and the repairs progressed. Slowly, the alien ship's systems came back online. Varkol's crew began to soften, impressed not just by the speed of repairs, but by the humans' willingness to adapt and innovate. It was something they had rarely seen in other species. At night, as the station quieted, Elena and Varkol found themselves alone in the control room. "Why do alien captains trust your repair bays?" Varkol asked quietly. Elena smiled. "Because humans don't just fix machines. We find solutions when none seem possible. We don't give up. Maybe that's what surprises you the most." Varkol nodded slowly. "Perhaps it is." The warship was no longer just a battered relic. It was a symbol of unexpected trust, a bridge between two very different worlds. And as the final repairs neared completion, both captain and commander realized this encounter might be the start of something far greater than a simple repair job. The hum of machinery and soft clatter of tools filled the repair bay as the human engineers worked tirelessly on the Threxian warship. Despite the initial tension, a grudging partnership was beginning to take shape between Captain Varkol and Commander Elena. Each carried the weight of their culture's pride and mistrust, but necessity forced them into cooperation. Varkol observed from the bridge as Elena's team dismantled and examined damaged components, their hands moving with practiced skill. His first officer, standing beside him, muttered under his breath, "I still don't trust their methods. Humans are unpredictable." Varkol's gaze was steady. Unpredictable, yes, but effective. Back in the repair bay, Elena juggled the demands of her team and the watchful eyes of the alien crew. The Threxians remained silent observers, their expressions unreadable. Elena knew they were judging every move, measuring human competence against their own high standards. Her chief, Technician Harris, approached, holding a small, unfamiliar device. "Commander, this is unlike anything we've seen. The ship's systems are a hybrid of old Threxian tech and something else. Something new." Elena examined the device carefully. "We'll need to dig deeper. There might be more surprises, hidden beneath the surface." Later, in the ship's engine room, Varkol led Elena through a labyrinth of pipes and conduits, explaining parts of the vessel's design. His tone was formal, but a hint of pride showed through. "This ship carries technology passed down through generations. It is a testament to our history, but also a symbol of alliance." Elena raised an eyebrow. "Alliance?" Varkol nodded. "Centuries ago, our ancestors and humans fought side by side. There was a time when our peoples shared knowledge freely, but war and politics erased much of that history." Elena considered this. "That would explain the hybrid systems we're seeing. Your ship is a relic of that alliance." As days passed, the walls between them softened. The humans brought creativity and adaptability. The Threxians brought discipline and precision. They began sharing ideas, sometimes clashing, but always learning. One evening, Elena and Varkol found themselves working side by side on a complex repair. Varkol struggled with a delicate calibration, unfamiliar with the human tools. "Allow me," Elena said gently, taking the instrument. "Sometimes it's not just about the tool, but how you use it." Her fingers moved deftly, the calibration settling perfectly into place. Varkol studied her hands, realizing that humans approached problems differently, less by rote, more by intuition and ingenuity. "Your people are remarkable," he admitted. "I underestimated you." Elena smiled. "And I underestimated you." Meanwhile, rumors about the human repair bays grew louder throughout the station. Crew members exchanged stories of miraculous recoveries and impossible fixes. Some dismissed it as exaggeration, others hoped it was true. On the station's observation deck, Elena stood looking out into space. Varkol joined her quietly. "Why, do alien captains trust human repair bays when we have advanced facilities of our own?" Elena turned to him. "Because humans don't just repair ships. We rebuild hope. We find ways to make things work when everyone else says it's impossible. Maybe that's why. Varkol nodded thoughtfully. It seems your reputation is well earned. But just as the partnership grew stronger, whispers of discontent stirred among rival factions within the station. Not all welcomed the idea of humans bridging the gap between species. Some feared it threatened the delicate balance of power. Unbeknownst to Elena and Varkol, eyes watched their progress from hidden corners, calculating whether the trust between these two leaders might be the beginning of a new era or the spark that would ignite old rivalries. As night fell, the repair bay's lights dimmed, but the work continued. The human and Threxian crews, once strangers bound by suspicion, now moved with shared purpose. What began as necessity was transforming into collaboration, and in the quiet moments between tasks, both leaders pondered what this alliance might mean, not just for their ship or station, but for the future of an entire galaxy. The morning light filtered through the transparent ceiling of the repair bay, casting long shadows over the sleek hull of the Threxian warship. Commander Elena moved carefully through the corridors, her mind racing with questions about the ship's unusual systems. The deeper her team delved into repairs, the more they uncovered technologies that defied explanation. Harris, her chief technician, approached with a data pad in hand. "Commander, you need to see this. The ship's core system isn't just Threxian, there's something else integrated deep within." Elena's brow furrowed as she reviewed the schematics. Embedded alongside the standard power conduits and navigation arrays were components that looked distinctly human, older designs, yet meticulously integrated. Curious, Elena initiated a diagnostic scan, focusing on the hybrid technology. As the system hummed to life, strange symbols and codes appeared. Symbols reminiscent of long-lost human star charts and alien glyphs mingled in strange harmony. The repair bay fell silent as Elena shared her findings with Varkol. The Threxian captain's eyes narrowed thoughtfully. "This ship carries more than weapons and armor," he said quietly. "It holds the legacy of an ancient alliance, one forged in fire and trust between our peoples." Elena considered this revelation. "Centuries ago, humans and Threxians fought side by side. Your ship is a living reminder of that time." Varkol nodded. "Yes. Many of our kind believe that history is forgotten, but it is still preserved in places like this ship. It's a testament to what we once shared, and what we might share again." Intrigued, Elena requested access to the ship's archive terminals. What she discovered was astonishing. Encrypted logs and blueprints detailing cooperative projects, joint defenses, and technological exchanges that had been buried by time and politics. As she and her team decrypted the data, a clearer picture emerged. The ancient alliance had combined human creativity with Threxian precision to develop hybrid technology, machines that were adaptable, resilient, and ahead of their time. Elena marveled at the ingenuity behind the designs. Unlike rigid, standardized alien tech, these systems were flexible, able to self-repair and evolve with minimal input, a reflection of human adaptability fused with alien structure. Yet, despite the brilliance, the alliance had collapsed, leaving behind relics scattered across the galaxy, hidden or forgotten. Varkol's expression darkened. The alliance was broken by fear and distrust. Many believe it was a mistake to blend our technologies and cultures. But this ship proves that it was possible to build something greater. Elena looked at him thoughtfully. "Maybe it's time to rebuild." That night, while the station slept, Elena and Varkol met quietly in a small observation lounge. Stars glittered beyond the glass walls, a silent reminder of the vastness of space and the fragility of peace. "Your repair bays are more than workshops," Varkol said softly. "They are places where history can be restored and futures reimagined." Elena smiled. We fix more than machines. We fix trust. Their conversation was interrupted by a sudden alert, a breach in the station's outer perimeter. Security teams mobilized, and Elena rushed to the command center with Varkol close behind. The screens showed a small, unidentified vessel attempting to dock illegally. The station's security protocols kicked in, but the presence of unknown ships so close to the repair bay was alarming. Could it be a rival faction? Varkol asked. Elena nodded grimly. There are those who fear what our cooperation represents. Together, they coordinated the response. The intruder was intercepted and peacefully detained before any harm was done. But the incident made clear that the path forward would not be easy. Back in the repair bay, the teams worked with renewed urgency. The secrets uncovered beneath the ship's hull were a beacon of possibility, but also a target for those who preferred division over unity. Elena and Varkol shared a quiet determination. Their collaboration had uncovered more than forgotten technology. It had revived a hope that had long been dormant. As the ship's systems hummed with new life, both leaders understood that this was only the beginning. The future would be shaped, not just by repairs and battles, but by the courage to embrace the unknown and the willingness to trust one another. The hum of machinery that once filled the repair bay had taken on a tense edge. The smooth progress of the Threxian warship's restoration was abruptly interrupted by a violent explosion deep within the station's engineering core. Alarms blared as smoke and sparks filled the corridors, sending crews scrambling to contain the damage. Commander Elena rushed toward the control center, her heart pounding. "Report!" she demanded as she entered the room, where technicians worked frantically to assess the situation. Harris looked up from his console, his face pale. "Someone sabotaged the power grid. It's not an accident. We're dealing with deliberate damage." Varkol appeared beside her, his eyes narrowing. "Sabotage? But why here? Why now?" Elena shook her head. "Someone doesn't want this repair to succeed. Someone who fears the alliance between our crews." The station's leadership was quick to convene an emergency meeting. Representatives from human and alien factions gathered in the central chamber, their faces tense with suspicion and unease. Trust, already fragile, was now under assault. Varkol addressed the assembly, his voice steady but charged with urgency. "This act of sabotage threatens not only the station, but the fragile hope we are building. We must find the culprit and protect what we have begun." Elena agreed. "Our teams will increase security and continue repairs. We cannot let fear destroy progress." Investigations began immediately. Security officers reviewed footage, examined entry logs, and questioned personnel. The sabotage had been expertly planned, bypassing most safeguards, a sign of someone with inside knowledge. Meanwhile, Elena and Varkol worked side by side to stabilize the damaged systems. The power fluctuations slowed progress, but their determination never wavered. During a tense moment in the repair bay, Elena found Varkol studying the damaged circuits. "You suspect someone on the station?" she asked. Varkol nodded grimly. "There are factions here. Those who see humans as a threat or an annoyance. Sabotage is their weapon." Elena's jaw tightened. "Then we must be ready for more." As days passed, a pattern emerged. A secretive group within a rival alien faction had orchestrated the sabotage, aiming to derail the human-Threxian cooperation. Their leaders feared the changing power dynamics and sought to maintain control through division. With this knowledge, Elena and Varkol devised a plan, not only to catch the saboteurs, but to expose their motives and rally the station's inhabitants around a shared goal. Late one night, the repair bay buzzed with quiet activity. Elena coordinated with security to set a trap, using the warship's systems as bait. They broadcast false repair schedules and vulnerabilities, inviting the saboteurs to strike again. The ruse worked. Under cover of darkness, a small team of intruders attempted to breach the engineering core. Security forces intercepted them swiftly, revealing agents from the rival faction. Confronted with their defeat, the saboteurs confessed their fear. The rise of human innovation threatened their status and control. They believed that keeping species divided was the only way to preserve their power. Elena and Varkol addressed the station, their voices firm and united. Division weakens us. Together we are stronger than any threat. The message resonated. Slowly, the atmosphere shifted. Crews from different backgrounds began to cooperate more openly, inspired by the courage and resolve displayed in the face of sabotage. Repair efforts accelerated. The warship, once a symbol of conflict, now stood as a testament to resilience and unity. In a private moment, Varkol looked at Elena. "You humans are not just skilled engineers. You are diplomats, warriors, and peacemakers all at once." Elena smiled. Sometimes fixing a ship means fixing more than just metal and circuits. As the station returned to normal, a new respect blossomed between the species, a trust forged in adversity. The sabotage had tested their resolve, but it had also strengthened their bond. And somewhere deep within the station's core, the warship's systems pulsed steadily, a silent promise of what the future could hold when fear gave way to understanding. The repair bay buzzed with renewed energy. After the sabotage attempt, the human and Threxian crews worked side by side with a shared sense of purpose that had not been felt before. Commander Elena moved among her engineers, coordinating tasks and offering encouragement. Yet beneath the surface of routine repairs, she carried a secret, one she had kept even from Captain Varkol. In a secure section of the station, hidden from most eyes, lay an experimental project few knew about. An adaptive nanite swarm designed to revolutionize ship repairs. These microscopic machines could identify damage at a molecular level, repair structural weaknesses, and even reconfigure systems in real time. It was a technology born from human ingenuity and a willingness to push boundaries. Elena had been hesitant to reveal it. The technology was still in testing, and the risks were unknown. But with the Threxian warship's complex and hybrid systems, conventional methods were proving slow and limited. She gathered her closest team members in a quiet briefing room. "We're going to deploy the nanites," she said, her voice steady. "They can adapt to the alien technology in ways our tools can't, but we have to monitor them carefully." Harris nodded, a mix of excitement and concern on his face. If this works, it could change everything. The next day, Elena invited Varkol to witness the deployment. The captain stood on the observation deck, his expression wary but curious. Elena explained, "These nanites are programmed to analyze and repair at the smallest scale. They can fill gaps, mend circuits, and even rebuild damaged components with precision." Varkol studied the holographic projection of the nanite swarm in action. Tiny machines moved fluidly across damaged sections of the ship, repairing fractures and restoring functionality with remarkable speed. "This is unlike anything I've seen," Varkol admitted. "Your people's creativity knows no bounds. As the nanites worked, unexpected challenges arose. The hybrid nature of the ship's technology meant that some areas reacted unpredictably to the nanites' repairs. Elena's team worked closely with the swarm, reprogramming and guiding it to adapt. Hours passed. The once crippled ship's systems began to hum steadily, power restored to vital areas, and weapons diagnostics returned green. Crew members from both species watched in awe. The nanites not only repaired the warship, but did so with a grace and efficiency that transcended traditional engineering. Word spread quickly across the station. Alien crews who had long doubted human technology now whispered in admiration. The reputation of the human repair bays soared to new heights, but Elena remained cautious. "This technology is powerful," she told Varkol. "With power comes responsibility. We must ensure it's used wisely." Varkol nodded. Agreed, but I see now why even alien captains trust your repair bays. Beyond the immediate repairs, the nanite swarm became a symbol of human adaptability and innovation, qualities that could unite diverse species facing common challenges. Later that evening, Elena and Varkol met in the quiet of the observation lounge. Stars shimmered in the endless black outside. Your repair bays aren't just about fixing ships, Varkol said thoughtfully. They represent hope, resilience, and trust. Elena smiled. We fix more than machines. We fix what others think is impossible. Their alliance, once fragile and tentative, had deepened. Together, they were discovering that strength came not from uniformity, but from embracing differences and building on them. As the Threxian warship prepared to leave the station, fully restored and ready for new missions, both crews celebrated. The human repair bay had proven itself not just a place of maintenance, but a beacon of interstellar cooperation. Elena watched as Varkol's ship prepared to depart. "This is just the beginning," she said softly. Varkol turned, a rare smile on his face. Indeed, the galaxy has much to learn from humans, and as the warship slipped back into the stars, the station stood ready, its repair bays a sanctuary where the impossible became possible. The Threxian warship had left the station less than a day before, its newly restored engines humming with renewed vigor. Commander Elena was reviewing repair logs when an urgent message flashed across her console. The station's sensors had detected multiple unidentified vessels approaching at high speed. Captain Varkol's ship was just here, Elena muttered to herself, eyes narrowing. Who could be coming so fast? Security teams scrambled to defensive positions as the unknown ships drew closer. The vessels were unlike any the station had seen before, sleek, angular, and black as the void, with no markings to identify them. The station's command center buzzed with tension. Elena stood beside Admiral Kraus, the human fleet leader assigned to the station's defense. "Any idea who they are?" she asked. Admiral Kraus shook his head. "No records match their signatures. Their approach is aggressive, but not immediately hostile." Elena's mind raced. Could these be scavengers drawn by rumors of the Threxian warship's miraculous repair? Or worse, enemies seeking to exploit the station's momentary vulnerability after recent sabotage? The unknown fleet signaled for docking clearance, a strange rhythmic pulse rather than any recognizable communication protocol. "We have to respond carefully," Kraus said. "We can't afford unnecessary conflict, but we must protect the station." Elena volunteered to meet the visitors personally. As she prepared, Varkol's voice crackled over a secure channel, despite being light years away. "Commander, if you need backup, call on me." Elena appreciated the offer. "Thank you, Captain. We may need all the help we can get." The airlock hissed open, revealing a delegation of beings unlike any Elena had encountered. Tall and slender, their skin shimmered with iridescent hues and their eyes reflected ancient wisdom. They introduced themselves as the Virians, a species renowned across the galaxy for their knowledge of advanced technology and diplomacy. "We have heard of your repair bays," their leader said, voice calm and melodic, "and the recent restoration of the Threxian warship. We come seeking alliance." Elena exchanged a glance with the station's council. The Virians' arrival was unexpected, but their demeanor was peaceful. The Virians explained their interest. They had been watching the galaxy's fractured factions, hoping to find partners capable of bridging divides. The story of human adaptability and the revived ancient alliance intrigued them. "We offer knowledge and technology in exchange for trust," the Virian leader said. "Together we can rebuild what was lost." Elena felt a mix of hope and caution. Such offers rarely came. "Without strings attached," Varkol's voice broke through the communication line. "I trust the humans and their judgment. Proceed carefully, but openly." The station welcomed the Virians with guarded optimism. Over the following days, the visitors shared insights into quantum communication, energy generation, and defensive strategies. The human and Threxian engineers worked alongside the Virians, learning and exchanging ideas. Yet some within the station remained wary. The memory of sabotage and rival factions' distrust lingered. Questions arose. Could the Virians be another faction seeking influence? One evening, Elena sat with Varkol in the observation lounge, stars shining brightly beyond the glass walls. "How do you know we can trust them?" she asked. Varkol shrugged. "We never do, but trust begins with openness and a willingness to listen." Their conversation was interrupted by an urgent message. An unexpected energy surge had been detected near the station's power grid. Rushing to the control center, Elena and Varkol discovered a hidden device buried deep within the station's infrastructure, an ancient relic emitting strange energy patterns. The Virians examined it with fascination, revealing it to be a fragment of lost technology from the ancient alliance. The relic's power was immense, but unstable. It could be a key to incredible advancements or a catastrophic threat. Together, humans, Threxians, and Virians worked to understand and stabilize the device, turning their newfound alliance into a true collaboration. As the station thrummed with activity, Elena realized that the unexpected guests had brought not just knowledge, but new challenges, and with them, new opportunities for unity. The galaxy was vast and unpredictable, but here, in the human repair bays, a new chapter was unfolding. One where trust, innovation, and courage might just rewrite the future. The alliance formed between humans, Threxians, and the newly arrived Virians breathed new life into the station. Work progressed rapidly as knowledge was shared, and old mysteries began to unravel. Yet beneath the surface of cooperation, tensions simmered, waiting for the moment to rise. Commander Elena stood in the command center, reviewing reports from the engineering teams. The ancient relic, stabilized but still unpredictable, was powering new experiments in energy manipulation. Its potential was immense, yet its instability posed risks that no one fully understood. Varkol joined her, his expression grave. "The relic is a double-edged sword. It could propel us forward or tear us apart." Elena nodded. "The Virians say they can help control it, but some of our people remain skeptical. Their concerns were not unfounded. While the Virians' intentions seemed genuine, their advanced technology and mysterious origins bred suspicion. Rumors began circulating in the corridors, whispers of hidden agendas and secret motives. One evening, an explosion rocked a section of the station near the relic's containment chamber. Emergency crews rushed to contain the damage, but the blast set off a cascade of failures, threatening the station's power grid. Security reports indicated that someone had tampered with the containment field. Sabotage once again. Elena's heart sank. Just as trust had begun to solidify, old fears resurfaced. Investigations revealed subtle anomalies, energy signatures that pointed not to the Virians, but to an unknown third party. Someone was exploiting the fragile trust to strike from the shadows. Varkol convened a council meeting. "We must act swiftly. This attack is an attempt to fracture our alliance." Elena proposed a plan to enhance station security and conduct joint patrols, blending the strengths of all factions. "We cannot let fear undo what we've built. The Virians offered advanced sensors and communication encryption to aid the effort, while human and Threxian forces coordinated their resources. Amid the turmoil, Elena found herself questioning everything. Was the alliance sustainable? Could old wounds truly heal in time? Late one night, Varkol joined her in the observation lounge. "Trust is not given lightly," he said. "It is earned through action, through standing together in darkness." Elena looked out at the stars. Then we must prove that we are worthy. Days later, the saboteurs made their move again, this time targeting the station's docking bays. Coordinated defenses repelled the attack, revealing the assailants, mercenaries hired by factions opposed to the Alliance. The revelation sparked outrage, but also galvanized the station's inhabitants. United by adversity, the crews strengthened their bonds, sharing resources and intelligence. Elena and Varkol led a joint operation to root out the remaining saboteurs. Their success was a testament to the power of cooperation. In the aftermath, Elena addressed the station. "We face enemies who seek to divide us, but together we are stronger than their threats." Varkol added, "Our alliance is more than technology or strategy. It is the belief that we can overcome differences and build a future worth fighting for." The relic, once a source of danger, now symbolized the fragile but growing trust among species. As calm returned, Elena felt a renewed sense of purpose. The road ahead would be difficult, but with allies by her side, she was ready. The repair bays, once a place of solitary work, had become the heart of a movement that could change the galaxy. And as stars twinkled beyond the station's walls, so too did the promise of hope, resilience, and unity. The station hummed with life and purpose, a beacon shining brightly at the edge of a restless galaxy. After months of tension, sabotage, and unexpected alliances, the fragile trust between humans, Threxians, and Virians had transformed into something stronger, a shared commitment to face the future together. Commander Elena stood on the observation deck, gazing out at the swirling stars beyond. The once damaged Threxian warship, now fully operational and gleaming with the latest upgrades, was preparing to depart once more. But this time, it was not alone. Several Virian vessels, sleek and silent, accompanied it in formation, a sign that the alliance was no longer fragile, but formidable. Varkol approached quietly. "The warship is ready," he said. "Its crew is eager to begin their mission." Elena smiled. "And the station is ready to support them." The mission was clear: to explore uncharted space, establish new outposts, and foster cooperation among distant systems torn by conflict and fear. The alliance was more than a repair bay miracle. It was a movement, a new hope for a divided galaxy. As final checks were made, Elena reflected on the journey that had brought them here. From the first suspicious arrivals and hidden sabotage, to the revelation of ancient technologies and the unexpected arrival of the Virians, every challenge had tested their resolve. Yet through it all, the human spirit of ingenuity and determination had shone brightly. Suddenly, the comms crackled to life. Admiral Krause's voice came through, steady and proud. "Commander, your leadership has saved this station and sparked a new era. The fleet stands ready to support the Alliance wherever it may go." Elena nodded. "Thank you, Admiral. We won't let you down." Varkol looked at her with respect. "You humans have shown us how to repair more than ships. You have repaired hope itself." The thrumming engines signaled departure. One by one, the vessels slipped out of the station's docking bays and into the vastness of space, leaving behind a united front that none could ignore. Back on the station, crews of all species celebrated the new beginning. The repair bays, once places of work and quiet routine, had become symbols of unity and resilience. Elena turned to her team. "We've done more than fix a ship. We've built a foundation for peace." Harris grinned. "And with those nanites, we're just getting started." Laughter and hope filled the air as the station prepared for what lay ahead. In the observation lounge, Elena and Varkol shared a final moment before their paths diverged. "This is just the dawn," Varkol said. "The galaxy will change because of what we've done here," Elena agreed. "And it all began with trust, in each other, in our abilities, and in the power of cooperation." As the stars stretched infinitely before them, The station stood as a testament to what could be achieved when fear was cast aside and curiosity, courage, and friendship took its place. The human repair bays had become more than a place to fix machines. They had become the heart of a new era, a future where even the most unlikely alliances could thrive. And so, with hope as their guide and the stars as their destination, humanity and its allies stepped boldly into the unknown, ready to shape a brighter tomorrow.